start an Xcode project for me. Okay. tvOS. All right. Actually, click cancel. Yep. Start a new project. New project. tvOS at the top. We want a game. And click next. Click, let's call it Pong. This is kind of a version of the game Pong. Hit return, or next. Let's save it into our Hackwitches folder. Click, yep. Should manage the signing. It doesn't change from the JHHS Xcode personal team, so it's a Township High School District 214. Change the bundle identifier to Pong2. Add bundle identifier to Pong2. And let's change that District 214 back to the personal team. I want it to repair. Nope, somebody already has that. Interesting. No, there's something else. We'll figure out what that is here in a minute. I'm not sure why the managing the signing isn't working, but we'll figure out why that is. What I want you to do, John, notice in the top right, you'll see, top left, you'll see the Apple TV 1080p. Click on that. There's really only that simulator that you guys have an option for. There's only one of them. If we connect to the devices at the table, you guys are welcome to, one person, we should see the device at the top. Remember that it takes a while to do the processing symbol files. So today, I would have one of you guys using the Apple TVs up there, and then everybody else tomorrow and the next day, you can switch who's using the Apple TV. Make sense? And that's why I gave you guys the remote. So right now, we're just going to use the simulator. Go ahead and run this right from the beginning. And as that's compiling, John, I want you to go to main storyboard. All right. A little slow today. It's trying to do a whole bunch of things here. All right. What I want you to notice about the main storyboard is it's going to be larger than what you're used to, but everything else about it is going to be exactly the same. Even though this is Apple TV, guys, it's still, look over there on the far left on the outline. Open up the outline, John, of the game view controller scene. Open up that. Guys, look familiar? Same stuff. Go ahead and close the outline down here at the bottom. Over here in the object library, everything's the same the way it looks, right? Isn't that exactly what you guys have seen before in the object library? Go to gameviewcontroller.swift. You guys, class gameviewcontroller, you got view did load. Stay back with, we'll get there in a second here. Go ahead and just click off the simulator. All right. So this is new, though, in view did load. Notice the very first thing that the view does load is it adds this thing called an SK scene, sprite kit scene, game scene. Here's the way I think about it. Normal app, you have the view controller and you start putting labels and things like that on there. In a sprite kit idea, it was a game from an app perspective. You place all the stuff onto what's called the sprite kit scene, and then you place the scene onto the view controller. Make sense? Okay, so we're never going to come back here and touch this. This game view controller, the only thing we want it to do is to load the game scene onto the view controller. That's all we want. Just let the defaults be there. Now, if we had a kind of an app that didn't use any of the sprite kit stuff, we could delete all that stuff and just start putting labels and start putting buttons and segue to a new view controller, all the same thing that we do. But what we want is we want some action stuff. We want all the stuff that sprite kit makes easier for us, and we're going to just place that sprite kit scene onto the view controller. Make sense? Okay. So now go ahead and go to the simulator. Go up to the window up at the top. Okay, go down to scale. Go down to like 50%. We just want the whole, there we go. That's a little bit better. So right now, you guys will notice because I'm running the simulator, I don't have any sort of technical ability to do anything. It doesn't tap. It doesn't do any of that stuff. I can actually connect these to that, and I can show you at some point, not today, but I can show you how you're going to connect it to it. All right? So what John has to do in order to run on the simulator is go up to Hardware and go down to Show Apple TV Remote. Okay, so I would just move the remote off to the side. So this is a little confusing. In order to get it to behave like this, you have to hold down the Option key. But now when John holds down the Option key and comes over here and moves around in here, that's just like I'm moving my thumb on the remote control. If he holds down the Option key and taps, go ahead and tap. Okay, that's like, there you go. That's like him pressing the remote control. If he holds down the Option key and hits Menu, having fun here, you're back to the Apple TV simulator, just as if we were looking at a regular Apple TV. Make sense? So you got to hold down that Option key. Next thing, John, would you go back to our source code? Cool. All right, go to Game Scene SKS. So it's SKS stands for Sprite Kit Scene. And the game scene is what I talked about. This I want you to think of as your new view controller. Okay? It's got an outline. And on that outline, you guys see on the scene there's a hello label. Click on that hello label, delete it. We don't care about it.
Goodbye, world. Goodbye. Oh, it's lagging.
Okay. Take a second there. You can also click on it here and delete it as well. John, either place. Click on it there and delete it. There we go. See how it goes off the screen. Go ahead and close the outline. We don't need the outline. But looks kind of familiar. John, if you pinch on the trackpad, we can see the whole view controller at once. So pinch 2 finger. There we go. There we go. Perfect. What do you guys notice about the object library over here, though? A lot of new stuff, isn't there? Okay, tons of new stuff. I always recommend kind of playing with that a little bit. But what we want is we want just a node. Go all the way up to the top. A color sprite node, and we'll deal with that here in a minute. We're not gonna place it on there quite yet because I want you guys to just do some code cleanup. Go to GameScene.Swift. So this to me is like ViewController.Swift. If you're trying to relate them, there's a ViewController.Swift and called Game Controller, and there's a main storyboard. Those two are the front end, back end that you're kind of used to. And then the Sprite Kit's got a front end of SKS and the .Swift game scene in the background. We don't need any of this code. So John, go all the way up to the top. I want you to get rid of the private variables here. Get rid of both of those. Delete. Get rid of everything inside of did move. All of the stuff we're getting rid of here was just that hello world label and made all that spinny stuff that John was playing with. Go all the way down. Perfect. Get rid of all of that stuff. Yep. Keep going down. Keep going down. Keep going down. I'll just keep telling you to go down, go down, go down. Down. Yep. We don't need any of that stuff right now. And keep update. Get rid of everything except for update. We want to keep that one. There we go. Up a little higher. A little bit. There we go. Now delete. Okay. And you deleted the override as well. Now it's going to ask you to put it back in. And do a Command A to select everything and go up to Editor, go down to Structure, and re-indent. There we go. Now everything's all pretty. All right. Any questions about the setup and getting to like the blank template here? No? Okay, go to it.